Hola! You got started without me. Okay. Español 1, lección 2, chapter para empezar, o capítulo para empezar. So we're doing simple commands to help with basic Spanish in the classroom. I know you're reading it behind my back. And los números. So before I get into the simple commands, I need to explain the simple, am I on the camera?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, good. I need to explain this, what you're looking at right here, cognates or cognados. In English, you have some words that look the same or almost the same in English and Spanish, and those are called cognates. Now, I'm not talking about the word taco. Taco is a Spanish word that has been adopted into English, and it's still Spanish. Okay? Taco, burrito, Paco, no, okay. So that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about words like those of you who have never seen Spanish before are looking at this word and you're thinking, oh, he's got English on the board. Well, I have a lot of English on the board for sure. And you're thinking that this word is, but it's not. It's actually chocolate. That's how this word is pronounced in Spanish, chocolate. They look the same, but they're pronounced differently. Here's another one. You're thinking this is English, but it's actually, all of the words here are in Spanish. It's animal. Then we have some words that aren't the exact same in English and Spanish, but that they're so close, you can figure out what they are just by looking at them, or you should be able to. And those are also considered to be cognados, or cognates. Triángulo, febrero, noviembre. How many people figured out what each of these was? Okay? Here, I'll even draw you a triángulo. Pretty good, isn't it? Okay. Now, there are some more, and this is where we're getting into the commands. Commands in Spanish, mandatos or imperativos. So some mandatos that you're going to learn at the very beginning of Spanish are cognates, cognados. Silencio. Or silencio, por favor. Bet you figured out what that meant. Okay. I hope to hear a lot of that sometimes in class. Atención. Yeah, I usually don't get that, but I'm going to keep trying. Every year I keep trying. Atención. You know, I can dance and jump up and down sometimes. Okay. Then we have repite, repite. Repite, repite. Did you get it? Did you get what I was doing? Okay, so repite, that's when I'm talking to a student. I didn't hear exactly what they said, and it's informal, okay? And then you have right under it, repita. And that is in a formal situation, maybe, when it's a student, not talking to me because I'm about as informal as you can get. I'm wearing shorts, okay? I won't do that on a school day, don't worry. Okay, but repita, that's a formal situation where the person speaking is using the usted form, and I'll talk about that more later. And then you have repitan, and that's when, for example, a teacher is speaking to the whole class or to a group of individuals. Repitan, it can be formal, it can be informal. It's the ustedes form. Some countries ustedes is formal, some countries ustedes is the only way that you can address a group. So it could be formal and informal at the same time. But repitan is when you're talking to a group of people. And any time that the verb ends in end, you're talking to multiple people. So repite, just say it again. Repite, repite, repita, repitan. All right. Now, after we get to the cognates, now we're moving away from cognates, we're moving completely into mandatos for the class. ¿Mejor este lado?
Sí.
Okay. Más mandatos. Abran el libro en la página 10. Well, I'm talking to the whole class, and it's a precursor to numbers, which we're also learning today. Abran el libro en la página 10. Okay. Abran el libro en la página 10. Not everybody listened to me. Almost everybody listened, but there were at least, there was one person right in the back who didn't. So that student, I have to say, hey, abre el libro en la página 10. Oh, okay, so abran el libro, I'm talking to everybody, ends with an N. Abre el libro en la página 10, talking to one person, okay? Now we have cierren el libro. Everybody at home should have closed their book. Cierren el libro. All right. Except for that one person in the back, and I have to repeat, cierra el libro. You know, Sierra is actually the name of some of my students. All right. But no, cierra, former students, cierra el libro. Cierren el libro, talking to a group, talking to an individual. Abre, okay, abre el libro, cierra el libro. Then we have, I should do this from a different position. Can you see me? Yeah? All right, I am sitting down. Well, you know what? Sometimes you have to stand up. So if I say, levántense, levántense, ooh, it's a fire drill, levántense. Everybody stands up. Levántense. Okay, except for that one person in the back. And I have to say, levántate, levántate, arriba, arriba. All right, levántate. So, levántense, levántate. And then we have the, right? Somebody's always going to interrupt the teacher. Always. It happens all the time. And actually, it's not that big of a deal unless it's constant. But manners would say, levanta la mano. Okay? Do you ever do that at home when everybody's talking at the dinner table and you want to be heard? All right? Okay. Levanta la mano. All right. And then finally we have, okay, siéntense, siéntense. So everybody sits down. Or if I'm talking to one person, siéntate. I didn't write it down, but siéntate, siéntense. All right. Then we have saquen una hoja de papel. What if I want everybody to write something down? Ooh, prueba de sorpresa, pop quiz, ha, right? Okay, or I just want you to take notes on the board. I say, saquen una hoja de papel. And then everybody, you hear all the going around. Saquen una hoja de papel. I'm telling everybody, get out a piece of paper. And then entreguen la tarea. That's tarea. A lot of students say that is Maestro David's favorite word. Tarea, tarea, tarea. I say it a lot, I know. But tarea. Entreguen la tarea. Turn in your homework. Okay? There is one mandato left that everybody needs to know, and that's going to be a segue to the other side of the whiteboard. We're segueing. Segue. Segue. Earthquake! Right, no. Okay. Oh, este lado? Sí. Okay. The last mandato for the class, are you focused? You knew where you need to be? Okay. Am I in?
Yes.
All of my hair?
Sí.
Sí. Yeah, every single hair, because you can count them individually. Okay. Escriban los números. And hopefully you're doing that. You know, even as I'm filling around, you've already started madly writing down the numbers. So, escriban means write something. And then escriban los números, I'm telling you what to write. Escriban los números. I bet.
Take a step so that they can see the numbers.
Oh, but these are a surprise. Okay, there you go. All right, escriban los números. Let me go over the numbers with you. I'm going to show you, numbers are the same in English and Spanish in that they start at the beginning, or actually there is no beginning, okay? But they start and then they go to infinity and beyond. But for Spanish 1, at this moment, I'm only going to teach you 101 numbers. I'm going to teach you 101, isn't it always 100? But you got to remember, if 0 is a number, and it is a number for me, it's about what they get paid as teachers, right? No, okay, if 0 is a number, and I'm teaching you to 100, that's actually 101 numbers. Isn't it? Yeah, okay. Here's pronunciation. Serious. Cero. Uno. Fun game. Dos. Tres. Cuatro. I will come back to this one. It's super important. Sumamente importante. Cinco. I know, everybody's thinking, oh, Cinco de Mayo. It is not Mexican independence, but that's a cultural moment. We'll talk about that later. Sorry, serious. Cero, uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, diez. Or in Spain, if there's a Z at the end, they'll say diez. Okay? I'm not from Spain, that's not my accent, but there are other teachers, and you'll hear it in books where they say diez. Okay? Anytime it ends with a Z, you'll hear that sound, or a CE sound, se. All right, for example, once, doce. But that's not my style. So, diez. Once, doce, trece, catorce, quince, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, not 20, 20, 21, 22. Now, as I'm saying the 20s, most of you are seeing this V and you're thinking, oh, shouldn't he say 20? Well, you know what? Maybe I technically should, but I've never in my life heard anybody other than Spanish students say it that way. They always say it like a B sound. So 20, 21, 22, 23, 20, etc. And what I mean by 20, etc. is I'm not going to go through every single number because we'll be here forever. I'll run out of breath, like I already almost am, and you'll be bored out of your mind. So from the 20s, we're just going to go and do two numbers in the 10s for a second. We're going to do 30, 30, 33, 40, 43, 50, 53, and now I'll just do the 10s. 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Yay, we finished. I clapped ahead of time because I was so excited. All right, now for some notes about these numbers. First, I want you to pan, can you pan in, camarógrafa, camera lady, camera girl, on cuatro, all right? Right there, cuatro. You got that? Everybody note, this word is not cuarto. Cuarto means a fourth, means a quarter, means a room. Cuatro means the number 4. Okay? It's a cardinal number, 4. Cuatro. And that's really important because later on, some people are going to confuse cuatro y cuarto. Okay? Cuarto with an R does mean fourth. But cuatro is the number 4, and it is spelled like this. Then the other one, let's focus in again. Focus, focus, focus. Seis. Seis. See that? Holy cow. Well, not everybody, that's an exaggeration. I'm a teacher, I exaggerate. But everybody says sies. And it drives me nuts because it is wrong. I have students in Spanish, 3, 4 AP, who still say, oh, 16. And they'll write sies, and I mark it wrong every time because it's not sies. It's seis. E-I, not I-E. The I-E is on the next number, siete. So, seis. Whew. All right, that's it for the little numbers. Now let's look at the double digits. All right, can we look at these double digits? All right, first and foremost, the first double digit number is diez. And from diez, once you get past 11 through 15, you're going to start to see a pattern. 10 and 6, 10 and 7, 10 and 8, 10 y 6, 10 y 7, 10 y 8. It's one word through the 20s. And what I mean by that is 0 to 29 and then the 30, 40, 50. But all right, 0 to 29, you're dealing with one word. 16, 17, 18, that's all one word. Everything's together. All the way into the 20s. 21, 22, 23. Again, it's one word. But then when you get into the higher double digits, okay, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, etc., then it's 3 words when you get to the 30 and 1, 30 and 2, all right, 31, 32, 33, 33, 43. Yes, in your mind you can be thinking 33, 43, but this is the way it's spelled out. Okay? So, I think I've covered everything with numbers. Los números. Números. Duke. Número uno. Adios.